Hello everyone. Today was a losing day. Um, yeah. So let's break it down. I'm still green on the week, so it's fine. Anyways, let's break it down. Let's go on the 1 hour here. We had this unfilled hourly for rally gap up here. We had this bearish drawn liquidity, this liquidity, and that liquidity. Um, Ideally, I was looking for a bullish SMT off of this 1 hour for Valley Gap, and then we would go higher. We ended up inversing it, so that was kind of weird, and that kind of fucked with everything. So yeah, I mean, yes, it's the same way. We had this at 1 hour unfilled up here. We had this hourly draw on liquidity, these relatively equal highs, another high up here, down here, down here. She was just kind of spread out, so I knew it was going to be kind of a smaller day where we weren't really trading off of external sweeps. It's going to be more like internal shit. So go on the 15-minute, break it down. Asian session accumulation, London session manipulation, looking for a reversal. Same shit with NQ. Asian session manipulation, London session reversal. New York Open, we're looking for, London session manipulation, we're looking for a New York reversal. So off of this London session low, we do form a bullish SMT. So I was looking for longs on ES, but the trade actually did present itself, like the solid trade today actually presented itself on NQ. I don't just trade one pair, like I trade usually the leading index, so I didn't see a solid inversion off of this bullish SMT here, so I didn't take it until we inversed it up here, and I'll break that down. But first, let me break down the inversion on NQ. So I like to trade the leading index because that usually is the one that's going to push up higher, and it does, as you can see. We push much higher. So on NQ, we get bullish SMT forms. I mean, although this is a leading index and it will move higher, I mean, NQ still also has to move because it is a bullish SMT. So what do they do? 2-minute inversion. Close through that 2-minute inversion after sweeping London lows and hourly lows here. You get the inversion, enter there, put your stop below for Valley Gap, target. There is these equal highs right here, or you could have just targeted Asian session lows or any of these low resistance draws and liquidity. Playing it safe, I would have targeted these relatively equal highs, or sorry, not relatively equal highs. They are equal highs for a solid 1 to 2.38. A lot of traders I know today took this exact trade. At this time, it was 9:35. I had class at 9:30. Like I said, I fucking hate trading in class, and I don't want to make excuses for myself, but it's the truth. It fucking sucks because you miss out on opportunities because you're getting called on and you're taking shit out of your bag and trying to get situated for class. So that will not be a problem next semester because I will be taking afternoon classes, so it won't fuck with the morning. So yeah, after we get that inversion, it gets hit. I also wanted to take into account, I was waiting for news to come out at 10 with JOLTS job openings, which ended up becoming bullish. So I'll also break that down. So at this time here, we did inverse this 1 hour for Valley Gap, but again, we have this bullish SMT, so I knew we were going to push higher. There was a 5-minute for Valley Gap here. Inverse that 5-minute, that's when I entered. Because I got that high time frame liquidity sweep, and I got the inversion out of it. So high time frame liquidity sweep. Obviously, London lows were swept, but we didn't sweep London lows on this pair, so that's a bullish SMT. Perfect. Get the inversion out of it. I mean, you could have taken the trade from this inversion, but again, that's as soon as market opens, like that. That's stupid. You don't really want to do that. So yeah, we had the 5 minute fair value gap here. We inverse it, closure through. That's when I entered. I entered like right around there, right? Um, and yeah, we start ripping higher. We take out. So I knew I was going to target any of these draws on liquidity. This is all low resistance. Once we got past this first low resistance liquidity, I did want to play it safe because, again, I didn't know what news was going to be out. If it was going to be bullish or bearish. If it was bearish, then obviously we would have had our liquidity sweep up here and then we would have went lower. But we also had these two highs up here that I needed to take into account. And I didn't know at what time it would have been swept because at that point when I entered, it was already like 10:35, 10:37, and news was at 10, so I just wanted to play it safe and put my shit at break even after I swept this one. And we did. We rally up here, and at that point in time, I put my stops at break even. What ends up happening? Big ass leg down, and we end up pushing higher. Again, this is the second break even trade we had that it ends up hitting. So it's, again, I'm not like frustrated with myself because I am being disciplined and following the shit that I should be doing. Because, you know, I need to take into account news is at 10, right? If news is at 10, having crazy upside RR is not a high likelihood, considering it could be bearish. And if it's bearish, obviously we're going to get a reversal because we swept these low resistance highs. So we have the volume to push lower. So I need to play it careful there. So yeah, we end up taking my take profit. So it's whatever. That was the first trade I took. Now the second trade, it's kind of bullshit. I think I was slightly forcing this. But again, I'm on eval, so it doesn't really fucking matter. But yeah. So this right here is like 15-minute equilibrium. From the 9:30 candle open to the candle high up here, that's our range. This is the equilibrium play I always talk about. There wasn't a fair value gap located at where equilibrium was, so that's why it probably didn't hit as well as I wanted it to. Or, I mean, it did hit. It ended up hitting, but it wasn't as clean as I'd like it to. So what ends up happening, we tap into equilibrium here. We get a 30-second inversion. That's when I entered. And it looked like I was ripping up and I was targeting London session highs and Asian session highs. But I end up getting stopped out, as you can see. But I could have traded at 10.50 and it actually would have been pretty solid because this right here is a really good entry. Tap into equilibrium, right? Get the 1 minute inversion right here. Realistically, you could have entered right there. Stops there. And then targeted this high and that high. This also would have been a really solid trade if you took this. But at this time, I was walking back to my dorm. So, yeah, I didn't take that. But again, this is also solid trade because this is the equilibrium play where he taps into equilibrium and versus the fair value gap, and then you enter. So that would also been a solid trade. So yeah, those are the trades for the day. Break even on this one. Loss on this one. Wasn't even on the chart this time, and I didn't see this at the time. So yeah, those are the 3 different trades you could have taken today. The 4 trades that could have hit. I'm extremely tired. So yeah, and I have class and study for finals, and I hate all of this. So that's what I'm rocking with right now. I will see you guys at the next one. Peace.